Hi, Davi here, and today we have a new episode in the art review series. And today we'll be checking out the work of Frank Stockton. Now, I did find their work via X or Twitter, so it's a bit different from what I usually tackle on the channel. But because I think I would classify their work as more editorial illustration. That's what it looks like. But yeah, I think what got me into their work was, let me just find the piece. There was a couple. I do see a lot of line art being used here, with some, but you can still see like the brush strokes in a way. Wait, let me just find. I think it's one of these. This one's pretty cool, right? You can still see the line work, but I do see a lot of gradients being used. It almost looks like a comic way of rendering or coloring. If you look at like Western comics, this is kind of how they color their artwork because they don't always leave it in black and white, unlike manga. Some of them will go the extra mile and color their works. Let me just find it because it's really. Oh, this one. This one's. I think it's this one. It just looks freaking crazy, right? Can we zoom in? I think that's it. Look at that, right? So when it comes to the coloring, I don't see a lot of like textures being used. It looks very almost solid. There is a bit of texture, but it's like an overlay sort of effect in some kind of layer mode. But the thing that really sort of ties everything together is the drawing, the line work, which is still seen. I do see a little bit of that gradient happening here. Can I show it to you? Right? It gets sort of redder here and it goes lighter. So this whole thing is sort of in a mask, and then you add maybe a graded map. Sorry, not gradient, but a graded, not a graded map, or a soft brush to add this sort of effect. Maybe in multiply, you can see see the same thing here with in the hand. Even with this part of the face, it's sort of redder here and then it gets lighter here. I'm starting to see some. You do see that in anime artworks too, where they render their pieces. That sort of gradient effect. It's kind of an overlooked effect. I mean, you could definitely see it, but sometimes you think it's not there, but it's actually one of the things that makes the artwork just pop out even more. So this guy's being chased by a bunch of dogs, crazy dogs, pit bulls, Dobermans, and they look aggressive as hell. And you can even see a woman in the back trying to control her mini dog. It's a very small dog, but yeah, I do like the very expressive, exaggerated anatomy too. But yeah, they do have a very diverse style as well. Like you won't even like it's hard to expect what's gonna come next when it comes to their artwork. So this one's kind of hot. I think this is one of the pieces, dude, that got me obviously into the work. Very lustful. I do like the anatomy. It's kind of pulled a bit. I do see way more curves. Their anatomy does lean a bit more on the realistic side. This one too got me hooked. Lots of storytelling happening here. Look at that. Let me zoom in, right? And I like this kind of artwork where they show the lines, and oftentimes their line work doesn't have a lot of like pen pressure sensitivity, so it's almost like a solid, stable line where there's no line weight variety. And combining that with the flat colors, and then from there they add this kind of overlaying texture, maybe some kind of like paper texture, cardboard texture, something to sort of make the artwork a bit more gritty, right? Again, with the soft gradient here, the hand is a bit redder than the rest of the arm. Such a cool, like there's a lot of narrative in their work, and you will see this a lot in editorial illustrations. Even if the style of the artist, sometimes it can become so like wild and crazy, but a very common thing in their work is narrative. They always know how to tell stories in like one image. It's not like sequential art or comic or manga where you have to you tell the stories per like in a sequence. When it comes to like editorial illustration, they can tell stories in like one go. So yeah, so I do like these are Star Wars. Is it Star Wars? I'm not even sure. Star Wars fan art maybe, or perhaps a commission piece. But yeah, so this one they're using a lot more blacks, very comic-ish, right? Lots of black villains. Their colors are a bit simple. Like, I don't see them overdo the colors too much. Like, it seems they know which colors to pick, right? And it's almost, I do see a little bit of, like, it's not too saturated, I think. What's this? Oh, this one's scary. So it's a guy in a pool bar, in some kind of bar, fighting off like weird guys. A hot chick in the corner. Oh, she's the server, the waitress. So clearly this guy is the main sort of guy. Very interesting. Loving the colors too. I think it's a complementary thing. You do see a lot more like greens, and the only warm thing here is the woman in the red orange dress, and maybe the table a bit, the bar table, and obviously the fingertips or knuckles of the guy, right? So most of the image is kind of on the cooler temperature, and then the warmer stuff is like the accent colors. Yeah, this one does have a lot of color for in the foreground when it comes to like the soldier. It looks like they're hiding from a bomber plane, right? Maybe they're stranded. Pretty interesting. I like the way they do their anatomy too. Like, it's so curvy and kind of pulled sometimes or elongated. And it's very like animated. Like, it feels like they're actually moving. And it's very attractive. Compared to, say, like, if you see a lot of like in not just in comics, in manga, a lot of the figures tend to be more shapy and more straight edge. Like, you see more sharper edges, and you don't often see a lot of like curvy forms as much. Well, there is one guy who I know who has like curvy, like Greg Tocchini maybe. Aside from Greg Tocchini, I also reviewed another artist. It was a very recent one, though I forgot. Let me just search for the guy quickly, but I found it. It's Roger Ibanez. I had to check. Greg Tocchini and Roger Ibanez. So those are like two outliers from the artists I know who have this kind of fluid, organic forms when it comes to their human anatomy. Right? I mean, look at this. I'm not sure what the context is here, but let's try and figure it out. So we do see some singers here, and they're kind of messed up looking, especially the guy closest to us. And you see one more guy in the background. He has a gun, and you see obviously this woman sort of crying. Not sure why. I see like an alcohol bottle. Is that a bag or something? Hard to say. But so they're clearly in like a cinema, or the woman is in like a theater. Well, all of them actually, I think. But do you see how you'll start like questioning things just because of the illustration? Like, it makes you want to figure out stuff more, and I think that's why these types of illustrations are valuable in editorials, articles, because they make you want to read the actual like piece or column or article. This is pretty hot. Obviously, look at that. Oh. So we have like a stud in the corner, right? Some nice feet. There you go. Even the way the hands are kind of interlocking. Do you see that? Oh, look at that. Oh, damn. And again, look at the forms. Very elongated, very fluid. Organic looking. Ooh la la. So we see it's some kind of bar or disco. Late night. Oh, she's a stripper. You do see some cash in her like thong thing. Pretty cool. But yeah, very creative way of placing the characters, right? And they're all rendered differently. Like the woman dancing in the pole, and the one further back, they're both in yellow, but everything else is in like a gray, a cool gray. Very interesting, right? Look at that. And even the way the shadows are rendered for the figures here, especially, it's very clear, especially in the figures in the back. And obviously the woman dancing. You see a lot of like oval shapes. I do like it, right? And it doesn't always make sense, like the shadows. I mean, in general, it does make sense, but you can sort of play around or break or sort of bend the rules. so it kind of looks more dynamic, right? That's so cool. Oh, not sure what's happening here. So we have like a woman, some guy in the back. He has some tattoos. Oh no. It's a no scene. It's so sensual too, like the way he drew the mouth. Very interesting. Most of the image is like flats. And again, he does add that kind of paper texture in the end. But it's pretty much like a flat piece combined with some very thin ink line work. I think it's pretty hot. Ooh la la. So it's a goth guy, you can tell by the fingernails. He's trying to unzip the freaking, oh no. Come on. Okay, stop. Oh, I think it's from the same sort of scene. So we see some guys in the back dancing. And even the way the faces are done, like he can make them look so kind of creepy all the way to like pretty, right? Like it seems like he knows how to play with like anatomy in general. And they have that semi-realistic vibe to it. But you can tell like he's stylizing it to a certain extent. So everyone else is in pink, so obviously it's about her. And the tattoo has to be relevant, or the hearts. Interesting. But this shows you that you don't have to go all the way to like rendering something. You can just leave it to like flats. But if you have like a good drawing underneath, the story will sell, right? So we have a close-up. Look at that. Man, that neck looks so nice too. That's a long-ass neck. Damn. I think they're using some kind of pencil brush. It looks like it's not a very heavy line. Oh yeah, that's what I've noticed too with their line work. It's not always, it's usually very thin. And they try to limit it to that sort of size. This one is actually a little thicker than their usual stuff, but yeah. Reminds me a little bit of a Kim Jong-gi, right? There is a bit of rendering in this case, especially in the guy in the suit. Some minor rendering. Oh, what the very creepy. But it tells a story, so it looks like a prisoner based on the uniform or the clothing. So maybe it's being haunted by himself, right? You will see this a lot with storytelling or with editorial illustrations. Very, very cool. Hot. That's all I'll say. But again, it's mostly flats. The inks are there. The line work. Oh, the line work is a bit gritty. Interesting. It's like textured, but it's fairly consistent, very fairly clean. I like it. Reminds me of the mouth. Sometimes Kim Jong-gi likes to make the mouth this way, like for the woman. Like whenever he draws the mouth and they're kind of open. It reminds me of his work too. This one's creepy. So it's like a ghost. I like that hand though. Very organic looking. And the first shortening is very convincing. So there's like a ghost. And the guy is breathing in like the cold sort of air. And I guess he's dying from that. Oh. Look at that. Now this one looks more like a comic. Like a page from like a comic book. This is how they usually render or add colors. Mainly flats, maybe, and there's usually like shadow obviously, but they don't like paint it usually. And they do like showing off their inks. So when you color it, I think they're trying to make sure that the colors don't overwhelm the inks. Okay, that's too creepy. Yeah, so that's let me just zoom in on this one. Yeah, so I will link this page. It's from Character Design References. It's a great site. So I will leave this page of Frank Stockton in the description below. But yeah, that's it for this art review. Hopefully you enjoyed their work. Even though it's not the usual stuff I tackle, but I personally a lot of editorial art has influenced my own like artistic inclinations. And in a way, they're kind of a hidden gem. Because normally, I don't think people talk a lot about editorial artists. They're sort of just there, right? They're kind of, it almost seems like they're very quiet and they're just sort of kind of in the shadows. But if you want to get into editorial illustration, I do think you should check out the work of Frank. Is it Frank? Yeah, Frank Stockton, because I don't know, there's a lot to see, especially the narrative art. Now, when it comes to the actual like style, if you're into inks and you want to combine it with some color, I think Frank is a good example of how you can achieve that, right? And he provides, or you have enough examples here where you can sort of copy or study his work and see what you can come up with. Obviously, Iron Man, pretty cool. But yeah. So that's it for this art review of Frank Stockton. And yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.